trustees of the university, CIS's faculty and staff, alumni honored guests, cherished family members and friends, and most especially, our new graduates. I thank you for joining us on this most meaningful day to celebrate CIS's 54th commencement in the class of 2022. It is my honor to warmly welcome all of you, whether you're joining us via live stream from your personal space or from our in-person reception on our Mission Street campus. I'd like to begin by thanking everyone who's made this day possible, including our commencement committee, comprised of the staff of the offices of the President, student services, communications and strategic relations, the registrar and operations, as well as those who are working live stream and assisting with the reception. Thank you all very much. Graduates, you've endured through an extraordinary time of challenge and change, a global pandemic, social and economic unrest and inequality, a climate crisis, and most recently, a war. Some of us have lost loved ones. Others have missed important celebrations or milestones. For many, the suffering and uncertainty continues. The world that existed when you entered your program is not the one you're graduating into. It has been transformed before our very eyes. Now at CIIS, we talk a lot about transformation. But really, what does transformation mean? For those of us who love etymology, transformation comes from the Latin transformare, to metamorphose, or change wholly. One of the resounding refrains I've heard from our community since becoming your president in September is that CIIS is the place that facilitates transformation. Everyone has the opportunity to transform, one student told me. You come out a different person, said another. Radical inquiry, reflection and engagement, multiple ways of learning and teaching, pillars of an integral education at CIIS are what uniquely fosters that transformation. I ask you now to take a moment and reflect on who you were on the day that your program started and who you are today. What meaning have you discovered through your education? What new purpose will you take out into the world? What values have emerged or become ensconced? And what connections do you now hold sacred? The process of transformation is not easy. Indeed, sometimes meaningful change is painful. But the transformation process, once started, cannot be turned back. The promise of what can be or who we can be propels us forward each step. Today's commencement is one of many transformative steps. And I say one because transformation is not an end to reach and rest in. Rather, it is something that we must continue to live each day. Becoming is what we all do. And each of you has become, through your hard work and commitment and contribution, something that makes all of us here at CIIS very proud. Today, we will award 50 undergraduate degrees, 263 master's degrees, and 68 doctoral degrees. These numbers reflect the dedication of our students from around the globe. 28 international students from 89 countries will receive degrees today. Of course, this day could not be possible without our faculty and staff who have dedicated themselves to fostering your potential. I'd like to take a moment to express our thanks and appreciation during these most difficult years. What you have become and achieved is also thanks in part to the love, encouragement, and support of family, friends, and invested others who have buttressed you during your journey here at CIIS. I ask you now to join me in saying to them, thank you. One of the joys of being a university president is looking out from a commencement podium to the sea of regalia as each student's name is called and they receive their degree. While I will have to envision you and yours, that picture is brought into colorful relief as I see the roll of names and descriptions of the scholarship. You simply won't see it any other university. The choices you have made with your particular pursuits, the creativity and innovation in which you have imbued it with, and the contribution that it has made and will continue to make is an inspiration for all of us here at CIIS. Thank you for choosing CIIS as the place to pursue your studies. Thank you for keeping us honest with ourselves. Thank you for standing up for what you believe and what we as a community are committed to. Thank you for making your voice heard, even when it might have been hard. Thank you for not giving up when you may have wanted to. Thank you for supporting one another in times of challenge and joy. But last, and certainly not least, thank you all for the ways in which you have made our community stronger. Graduates, I may not have known you when I entered CIIS, but I have truly appreciated getting to know you this year and am so proud of everything you've accomplished. As you leave today and transition into CIIS's community of alums, hold your experiences here close to your heart. Continue to transform and know that I and CIIS will continue to support and advocate for you. Now, I'd like to introduce this year's commencement speaker, the esteemed Indian philosopher and politician, Dr. Kiran Singh. Dr. Singh has enjoyed a unique spectrum of experiences. He was born into the ruling family in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, one of the largest of the hundreds of Indian states. By virtue of his birth, he was guaranteed a place in the history of pre-independence India. His father was a Maharaja, and he is the only son. He would have succeeded him one day, but it has been by virtue of what he's done with his life that he will be guaranteed a place in the history of modern, independent India. Dr. Singh has led academic institutions, ministries in various states and central governments. He has served as a political and cultural ambassador more than once for India. And he has also been a keynote speaker at events like the World Philosophers Meet. Dr. Singh has also authored books that show his deep love for India, its culture and heritage and traditions, particularly in Sri Aurobindo. For the last 10 years, Dr. Singh has been chairman, chief executive of the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library. Currently, he is India's representative on UNESCO's executive board. He's also been a member of UNESCO's International Commission on Education in the 21st Century. In 2005, Dr. Kiran Singh was conferred the Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian award in India. Dr. Kiran Singh.